Hi, welcome to our CWTC Get Connected Community Podcast, where we share experiences, promote services and highlight opportunities available for residents of Oldham. Employability and skill building are essential pillars of personal and community growth. In today's world, having the right skills can open doors to countless opportunities. And it's not just about finding a job. It's about building confidence, resilience and a sense of purpose. For the Oldham area, developing employability skills is key to strengthening the local economy, improving mental health and providing individuals with the tools they need to succeed in an ever-changing job market. We have James Ogborn and Jonathan Phillips from Get Oldham Working to give us more information of their good work as a training provider. Welcome. How are you today?
Yeah, very good, thank you.
Nice weather to come in.
Yeah, makes a change, doesn't it, for rainy Oldham.
James and Jonathan, please tell us about your education and your career, etc.
Personal?
Yeah.
So I went to Hume Grammar in Oldham, then went on to Gloucester University where I did sports science and business management. And then I sort of fell into a path of wanting to help and support people, be that young people or adults. So my career for the past 15, 20 years has been in them sort of scenarios, working with young people that have been expelled from school, and then moved on to working more with adults who are searching for employment.
Excellent. Jonathan?
Bit of a strange one for me. I went to school in Oldham, right in Compton. I was like, you know what? I was a footballer, played for Manchester United Football Club.
Wow.
Till I was about 19.
Okay.
So I was there for 7 years. Got released, went here then everywhere. Thought I need to get another job.
Yes.
Went playing semi-pro football, so went working in warehouses and all sorts of stuff. And then I got a job, an apprenticeship. Business admin. Went to Oldham College. Did that, and then got a job in Manchester. Manchester City Council, and then I got a job in Oldham because wanted a job in Oldham because I lived just up the road. And I did that for a long time around European stuff. And then we set up Get Oldham Working 12 years ago.
Excellent.
And now I'm also a qualified psychotherapist as well. So I've done that over the last 6-7 years. So a bit of a career change from football.
Yeah, what a transition and lots of vast experiences. Well done. And do you work in harmony? With all,
me and James?
With all that?
Oh, we do, don't we?
Yeah, no, we get on. I think that's what makes one of the aspects of Get Oldham Working so good, is we both sort of bounce off each other with different ideas and have different skill sets that help us to keep pushing it forward and keep pushing over new boundaries and winning new contracts. So yeah, definitely.
Well done.
James has been with us at Get Oldham Working from nearly day one.
Yeah,
he's one of the first ones. There's only
pioneers,
Only
not the pioneer.
Only six of us when James joined, and now there's over 45 of us. So
keep going. So tell us a bit about Get Oldham Working.
Yeah, I'll leave it to Jonathan.
Leave it to me.
Well, you started it.
I mean, Get Oldham Working, essentially there is to help improve quality of life really, for Oldham residents. That's the main purpose.
Yes.
We launched it back in May 2013. It was launched at the Business Awards. It was predominantly about creating opportunities for local people and saying the opportunities are out there. And then it quickly moved on because we were working with some of the partners in Oldham. Some of the partners that we're delivering, to be honest, we weren't completely satisfied with. We thought that they could do better. There was a lot of new provision coming in from private sector, so we decided to deliver some services ourselves. And then it's evolved since there really. But essentially the main purpose is, like I said, to improve quality of life for all residents, and our focus is around jobs. So you can access our service whether you're in a job or you're out of a job if you need some employment support.
Brilliant. So the career advice is any sector, isn't it?
Yeah, any sector, anybody, if you're in Oldham, and essentially. Yeah,
and I'm sure there will be so many people who have been, provided the skills for employment.
We've gone from probably having around 500,000 people a year to now you're talking over 6,000-7,000 people a year now are accessing our service. So.
Brilliant. And great service that is. So where are you located and how does the funding comes through?
That's another one that's evolved over the years quite a lot. But, we're located at 22 Union Street, first choice homes building, big glass building for those that know it. We're on the ground floor there. It's very close to the job centre, which is handy.
Quite central, yes.
Yeah, quite central. The tram station in the Sainsbury's nearby.
Yes.
We don't just operate from there. That's our main kind of headquarters, if you like, where people come in, drop in, and then we do appointments. But we also operate out the library, out of libraries elsewhere in the borough, out of like the Millennium Centre, for example, out in community venues.
Yeah.
We operate outside. We work closely with Life and Learning, Oldham College. We have the careers stuff in Oldham College. We have the careers stuff at the job centre.
Yes.
So we've got a key location, but we're pretty much trying to, like, we're also located here sometimes as well on the networking events at CWTC. So we try and get out there really. But
so in terms of your combination of different funding that you get, is supported by local government as well?
It's we from the 1st of April this year, we don't have any direct funding from Oldham Council.
All right.
But Oldham Council has supported us throughout the years.
Sure.
And there's some small investment into the service. But the idea was to win contracts.
Yes.
So we've got DWP contracts, Department for Work and Pensions contracts.
Excellent.
We've got SFE contracts. And we've got contracts from GMCA as well, Great Master Combined Authority. So we've probably got about 8 contracts at the moment.
Good.
It comes to about anything from $1.5 million to $2 million a year, something like that.
Keeps you going.
It keeps us going. We have to use lots of different databases and stuff as well, but we need to get the money in to prove that we're doing a good job,
of course.
And it can fund the staff to carry on working with the residents.
And which you are. You have a great reputation. So well done. So in terms of the residents, how many, you mentioned earlier that you have so many thousand people in Oldham. And what kind of results have you seen over the years?
I mean, James will probably come in a minute in terms of some of the results, but just an overview, it does vary depending on the type of contract that we're providing. If you look at our restart contract, for example, there's a minimum requirement there to get everyone who walks through the door, 36% of them to earn over like £5,500.
Right.
Which 36% doesn't sound a lot, but when you're talking some people have been out of work for 5-10 years, it can take some time. So, but we are achieving that. In fact, we're achieving more than that sometimes. And then we have a contract which is about supporting people who are economically inactive. There's only a 15% expectation on that to get them into jobs because it's more about getting active and stuff like that. We're actually achieving 30% into people into work with that one at the moment. Which is great, but it's not the whole focus.
Sure.
A lot of the outcomes are coming from softer outcomes where they're actually getting out of the house, they're getting more active, the confidence is a lot better, and therefore the well-being.
It's the confidence and the discipline of getting up into work, work style. It's very important.
I looked at the numbers not long ago actually in terms of people in work, and when you look at like the 6,000-7,000 people that we're working with, you're only probably talking about 27% every year getting into work. But that equates to quite a lot of numbers. So it is, a good 1,500, 2,000 people that are going to work every year.
And we have to respect the fact that there is a job shortage as well. And you try your best to fill those gaps. And
we're hoping the regeneration of town is going to bring a lot more jobs in for that.
This fantastic regeneration, and we which will provide a lot of employment as well.
I think on an average figure we're probably looking at around 120 to 160 people into work each month. Obviously there's peaks and troughs of that throughout the year. There's obviously different types of the year when there's more opportunities available and more residents who might be expected to work more in the warehouse industry, so obviously opportunities arise more towards like the Christmas period and October time moving forward. But on a rough scale I'd probably say about 120 to 150 Oldham residents going into some form of employment each month.
That's not bad at all. Excellent.
That's brilliant, isn't it? But it's not just about the jobs like you were saying at the start. It's sometimes it's more than that, isn't it? It's about well-being, it's about confidence.
Excellent. Great. So when you get clients through the door, what do they actually get in terms of what support is available to them?
The core stuff. Essentially, you come in, you can sit down with an advisor, they'll do a thorough assessment. That could take an hour, 2 hours, sometimes more in some cases, but it's a thorough kind of employment assessment, a careers assessment, and also a health assessment. So it's really looking at what are the barriers to this person. and then they'll do an action plan with them, and that'll move them forward. Internally, we have a range of services. So we have what we call our curriculum offer. So this consists of employability workshops, CV writing, job application sessions. We'll do things like how to get a job in a school, and we'll give them some top tips in terms of some of the things that they may fall down with at the interview and things like that. But lots of different industries as well. We're doing a lot of work around health and social care at the moment, so we're doing a lot of top tips around that. So that's
We've actually got health and social care students watching us how to do this podcast.
Oh, brilliant. Yes. So they might want to access our services in the future.
Well, that's it, is signposting them to further progression, is that?
Yeah.
Sorry,
No.
What about apprenticeships and things like that?
So we do support apprenticeships, and we take on probably 6 to 8 apprenticeships every 18 months just alone in our service.
Right.
But we do support local employers to recruit apprenticeships as well, but it generally, so that's our curricular offer, but in addition to that, we have quite a wide range of support. So we actually provide therapy and counselling in-house now. We've been doing that for the last couple of years. We have students as well from local universities that need to do, they pass the clinical competencies, they need to do their clinical hours, they can come to us and do the clinical hours and support older residents as a result with their wellbeing.
So lots of mentoring going on there.
Yeah, lots of mentoring,
for them to focus their goals. Brilliant. Are there any local partnerships? There must be many, I think you mentioned earlier on, that you're working with.
Yeah, we could go on forever with partnerships. Obviously, we work very closely with the job centre, as you can imagine. We work very closely with the colleges. We work closely with yourselves at CWTC. We do join up with the networking events. We work closely with the housing associations. We're based within First Choice Homes Housing main offices. So we work closely with them.
Oldham College, of course.
Oldham College, 100%. I was saying with the colleges. But we also work with the wider partners. So, a lot of our customers come in and they might be homeless, they might have debt issues, finance issues, drug and alcohol issues. So we work with the likes of Turning Point, Housing Team, Housing Options, and other partners as well. And we work with, like I was saying before, like Millennium Centres. We work with Fatima's Women's Association, community organisations where we can go and do a bit of work, support them, and then hopefully bringing them into our service. Because it's important sometimes, because not everyone just wants to come into Oldham and come to our service, so building that rapport with the community first is very, very important.
You're very well connected.
I think you can say that. I think Jonathan's mentioned probably just off the top of his head like 10 or 15 there, there's probably another 50 or 60. And pretty much, I could suggest that the majority of Oldham partners and training companies obviously work with us on a pretty regular basis.
But if you're not, get in touch.
Absolutely. And I'm sure after this podcast, or while watching this podcast, you will have plenty of people to come through. In terms of the Oldham employees, how do they help your service?
So obviously they play an absolutely massive part in helping us. When Jonathan first set it up, he had 100 businesses sign up. Because the idea back then was to create 2014 opportunities by the end of 2014. Once this set up in 2013. Since then, obviously, we work with more people, so we need to work with more employers. A lot of employers can just get straight in contact with us. All the information on the Oldham Council website. We probably work with over 1,000 employers since we started.
Brilliant.
A lot of them will come back for. Obviously, we find a suitable candidate for them or a suitable resident for them. They'll come back to us then to seek more candidates for future opportunities, because it also saves them advertising fees. They know what we've done, who we work with, so we can find the right person for them. But also we can create opportunities, so to speak, if their skill set might be ageing, or they've seen a shortage of staff coming through. We're seeing that in the early years education sector, we're seeing it in the social care sector, seeing that in working with looked after children and in care homes. So we work with these employers to create a bit of a bespoke training package, so we understand what the company needs. We can upskill individuals on a course with guaranteed interviews at the end. We've done that in the past with other companies as well. So even when Odeon came into the town centre, did a package there, and that ended up getting 75 Oldham residents into work.
Excellent.
Recently worked with Egyptian Rooms, obviously did all the recruitment for them. So again, there's 60 opportunities. There's a new mental health female only care facility opening up in Fitton Hill. That's opening up next Thursday. Again, we've supported them with recruitment. We've got 26 Oldham residents starting there, 15 of which are long-term unemployed. So the message to employers is there are people, whatever you read in the press, there are a lot of residents who want jobs, who want to work, who want that opportunity.
Get in touch.
Yeah, and we've got a lot of them residents working on a daily basis with, so do get in touch and we can
tremendous
support you.
Great amount of work. How many people do you employ?
It's at about 45 today.
Excellent.
It may be at like 50 in the next month, but it does vary depending on the contract.
I thought you were going to say 44 after this.
We need to go.
Yeah.
Okay. So in terms of the response that you're getting, you find it very positive from Oldham?
Yeah, massively. I think with a lot of Oldham people, they want the best for Oldham. Again, no matter what you read in the press, no matter what you see online, the majority of Oldham people want the best for Oldham. And then one other thing I would like to mention is we are working with a lot more residents in this day and age who have English as a second language.
Okay.
Again, opportunities across the borough. Any employers, obviously, feel free to get in touch.
Well, we have our ESOL classes here as well, and again, opportunities for further progression with yourselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it'll be nice for you to come in sometime and speak to the classes themselves.
Yeah, and in an ideal world, what I'd like to see, because I think it's a position that's happening up and down the country, where there's a lot more residents in boroughs up and down the UK who are looking for employment, but they've not got that English speaking or language element. And to work with an employer and put something together as a package where we go, look, this is how you do it, this is how you can put someone in a team leading role who's multilingual and be able to explain things what people needed to do, create them opportunities, have that package that you can then roll out across the country and say, look, this is how we can solve this issue at the moment with that many residents looking for work, desperate to work, but employers are coming back saying, well, obviously because the English isn't as good as it should be at the moment, we can't really look at it, there's ways around that, so let's work on that together.
Get them ready for work.
Yeah, if we can get employers to come on board with us, James got a really good point there, particularly on our restart contract, for example. It's, I think 60% of the people that are coming up program can't speak English very well, so we are struggling in some ways to get them direct into a job, so we are putting them on ESOL and things like that, but actually what we'd like them to do is be on ESOL and be in a job. But what we probably need is more employers to come and work with us on that.
Yeah, with an open mind.
And maybe we can actually talk about this, how we can take this further. No problem. In terms of the future of Oldham working, how do you see it?
The future, so there's I don't know, you've probably seen it politically, there's the new government and everything is about connecting live well with work well. So that's our big thing at the moment, our big priority at the moment is, we've already started doing a bit of that anyway, because we do work, like I say, with the community, voluntary community sector. We've got our Go Therapy doing a lot of work around the Wellbeing. We go out into we support in partnership with Northern Roots in terms of going outdoors and things like that. So we are doing interventions that fit nicely with it. But I think the future will be a lot closer with the likes of Action Together, the Live Well agenda, and working a lot closer to the voluntary community-based sector.
More partnerships. More partnerships
around the community. Yeah.
Wonderful. Is there anything that we possibly have missed you would like to add?
There's probably thousands of things that we've missed. Like our working wardrobe shop where you come and get interview clothes for free, so you have an interview, you can make an appointment with us and we can style you the new outfits, take away for your interview and give you a few extra added bits if you need if you are successful for that first couple of weeks in work. I say there's absolutely loads of things. You can check everything we do on our website.
I think just as a minimum, if we in order to get in touch with us, you can just generally ring the number. 01617704674, or you can email in getoldhamworking@oldham.gov.uk, or you can go on our Facebook page. All the jobs are posted on there, and lots of activities are posted on there, so like us on that. And what we do is we ask most people to register on the council website, Oldham Council website, under Get Oldham Working, and you just go on it and there's a register here. So if you register on that, it sends us your information and then we'll get in touch with you and book you in for an appointment.
Brilliant. We will have your contact details on the podcast as well. That will help as well. So what do you think of our place here?
Yeah, really good. It's given, me and Jonathan were talking about it the other day, and it's given us an idea of maybe doing something very similar. Bespoke in-house about. So it's about how to do a good CV, interview techniques. So with the majority of residents we see, that's one of the main struggling. They might have never written a CV, they might have been in work 20 years at one place, been made redundant or whatever might have happened, and then they know how to do that. It's always been word of mouth. So maybe doing sessions like this that are like creating CVs, interview techniques,
most welcome.
Like that,
And if you've got any stories that you want to share, with your clients, you're most welcome to use the place.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you very much for attending. Nice to have you. Well, there you have it. Get Oldham working, and it'll be great opportunities for people to get in touch and take advantage of such great work. Don't forget to visit CWTC here for some great learning and engagement too. Thank you for watching and listening, and thank you for attending. God bless and take care.